down or this continued up. So I really like that once we break 100, okay, if we break 100, which I think we're going to, I would just let price come down to the lower levels. Okay. Taking a trade mid-level here is obviously going to be more risky because if you think it's going to bounce up, it could continuously come right back down. So unless you're going to enter in some very tight stops, which is obviously what I would recommend, okay? Hey everyone, the professor here, and welcome to our natural gas analysis. Now we are going to look at this monster here because there are some pretty interesting facts that are happening with natural gas, which is absolutely crazy. And if we go right here, this is back to May of 2017 when it begins to show up on this chart, as you can see kind of right here. I'm going to just pinpoint some spots here, okay, because I think it's pretty interesting. And then I'm also going to drop a line right in that area. So this was December of 17, and then I'm going to draw the low point here. I'm going to go ahead and draw this right in here so we can kind of see here. And again, this was July of 2020. And then as we kind of begin to expand out, we're going to see another low right here. And we're going to mark this up right in here. And again, this was May of 2023. And then let's take a look at where we are now. It looks, by all intents and purposes, that we are beginning to head down to retest possibly this low from May of 2023. So there is a huge gap still to the upside. You can see that over here on the chart. I'm obviously going to zoom in and show you that. I'm going to give you some levels on this video as well. Natural gas has been very tricky. I know many of us have been trying to buy it several times. We've lost a few, we've won a few, we've broke even on a few. But I think that because of the fundamentals, there's a huge push for natural gas right now because there are a lot of reports because of the deep freeze that certain things happened with plants this past week. But I think as the freeze moves out of the United States, we should see the price of natural gas continue to hopefully rise. But I think we're going to go lower before we actually go higher. Okay, so let's kind of get into the analysis here. And if you look down below, this is some of the latest headlines coming out of natural gas. So we've established that we've got this low sitting right here at about 2.0813. And this is currently where price is at right now. Now, if I drop over to the 4-hour chart, again, I do want to show you that market open, okay, from last week on Friday, January 12th of this year, created this huge gap. Okay, so we created a gap between 2.93 and 2.78 that has not yet been filled. Okay, so we've had a couple of rises, but again, we've just continued to use these levels. And again, we're going to talk about the break and the retest and where it's going as we move into this analysis a little bit deeper. Of course, if at any time you feel you are getting some value, you can definitely hit that like button. And if you're brand new, subscribe, check out the channel. We do mostly crude oil, but now I'm really starting to introduce a lot of natural gas because I think we're sitting on a tremendous opportunity that if we can be a little patient for natural gas, whether you're trading it on the futures side, as many of our group members do, or you're trading on the Forex side, they call this the widow maker for a reason, but I can tell you that it can turn into a money maker if you're patient, because that gap is going to close. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of these different areas on this video. So let's get back into the analysis here. And again, I want to kind of go back to the day time frame. I want to kind of show you what is happening on the day time frame. So we've got this touch here, multiple touches. Again, that happened back in May of 2023. And then if we go over to the left, we can see that the next level is down in this area right in here, about 1.4977, which came down in June of 2020. So obviously, we can see that these are strong areas of support and resistance. In this case, okay, it was support, right? In this case, it was support, very temporary support. In this case, it was resistance, a lot of break and retest before price dropped here. So we can see that this level of the 2.0813 is going to be a strong level, and it seems like that's where we are heading. Again, we are sitting on the daily time frame right now. So that being said, the way natural gas has been moving, and because of everything else that has been happening with the fundamentals, the deep freezes, right? We have already passed the 61.8. We're heading towards the 88.6. And if you zoom in here pretty closely, you can see that we closed just a little bit below him. Because we closed below right here, okay, this is an actual closure. I think this is just saying we're going down. We are going further down. Whether we are going to get this bounce at the 100, which would be where price came to here, right? We shall see. You know, my gut instinct is that we're going to probably drop further down to about this 2.0 level down in here. But again, we're going to trade what we see and not what we think. But I'm going to be extremely, extremely cautious with natural gas moving forward because I want to make sure that if we have some entries, natural gas is going to have to be the pair that you decide to go in at a super small lot size. Okay, now they don't offer mini contracts on natural gas on Thinkorswim, which is the futures platform I trade in, but I also traded on the Forex side. This is going to be a pair that you would want to trade on the Forex side because you can even go in with a 10-cent lot and just let this thing eventually ride the wave back up after it finishes coming to the floor whenever it decides to be the floor. So that's the way I would approach that. And if you go into the links in the video description, you'll see some other information there that can help you make a good determination, like choosing a broker with low fees and things of that nature. You can see all that in the video description area. So let's kind of dive deeper now as we do this analysis as we move forward. Okay, so I would discard, for example, let me grab an arrow, right? Price in the middle of these channels, right? You really don't know what's going to happen. This could have continued down or this could have continued up. So I really like that once we break 100, okay, if we break 100, which I think we're going to, I would just let price come down to the lower levels. Okay, taking a trade mid-level here is obviously going to be more risky because if you think it's going to bounce up, it could continuously come right back down. So unless you're going to enter in some very tight stops, which is obviously what I would recommend, okay, we are going to wait to see what the price action is. Now, I could tell you from, looking at natural gas tends to have some huge gaps with almost every open. I'm expecting another huge gap probably for this Sunday market open. I wouldn't be surprised if they gap up to knock out maybe a lot of the sellers that are in place, and then we bring price back down. So again, you'll have the opportunity to kind of stay informed, and that's kind of something that we do inside of our trading community. So since we're talking about trading communities, and we're going to get back to the analysis in just a minute, I'm going to invite all of you to join our trading community. And as you can see here, I'm going to keep you updated with regards to everything happening. We are going to give you trade alerts for oil, for natural gas, gold, and we are giving you consistent updates on these trades as they are progressing. You also will have the opportunity to connect with members who are sharing information. We have over 100 members in our group who are some excellent traders, both trading futures, trading in Forex, focusing in on crude oil, natural gas, the indices, and gold, and what have you. In addition to that, I've created an entire video library, and you have full access to that video library. As a matter of fact, we just gave our members yesterday a growth chart that they can follow. So again, you have full access to that as well. We also do live trading events, member Q&As, and so all of the recordings are here, and these live events only happen inside the app. So I am not using YouTube Live. We are trading live in the app. We are answering questions in the app, and you have full access to this. You will never pay another dollar for a trading course. We will give you all the information that you need to be successful in here. And then lastly, we've also going to be giving you articles that can help you enhance your training information. So what I've done is created different platforms, different articles, different content to keep you apprised as to what you're doing. So whether you want to call it an article, a learning blog, or a newsletter, we're doing that right inside of the app for our members. So again, I'll encourage you to kind of take a deeper look at that. The links are in the video description below to join the app for less than $1 a day. You're going to get some massive value. And if you want to save even a little bit more money, you can join the annual plan, and it's like $20 a month, which is absolutely crazy for the value that you're getting. So you can scan the QR code here, or you can go down to the video link, or you can visit the website that's going to pop up here on the screen in just a minute. Okay, let's get back into the analysis. Okay, so we are looking at natural gas here. And again, I believe we're going to come down to the 100. Are we going to get that rejection here again? We are going to find out here very shortly. I am anticipating a gap to happen. So again, I'm going to label this area right here. This is where the gap would occur if, again, we get a brand new gap that happens here. So now let's start dropping down to the 8-hour, and let's start doing our analysis from here. And again, this is kind of what I was talking about right here. Let me get rid of this. And that is that previously price had wicked at this orange line, but now we have a definite candle closure, which is drawing me that we're going to come further down when regards to natural gas. So we are going to wait to begin to buy this sucker back up, hopefully as it drops deeper into this area right in here. And again, if we look over to our left, we can see that price action even here where that line was created. Let's go ahead and mark up this zone right here. We had previous drops in this area right over here. So again, we are going to see between 2.31 and 2.08, okay, this gap right in here, if we're going to drop lower to these lows, which happened back in May of 2023. So I think that's going to be important to focus on as kind of we move forward with regards to the actual chart and what is happening inside of natural gas. Okay, so now we're going to basically look at this on a 4-hour level. And again, you can take a look here that we kind of did a retest, a brief retest right before the market closed right in here. So if you look right here, okay, that wick kind of came back up to grab some liquidity, did a retest. So again, everything is pointing that we are possibly going to come further down. And so we are going to be monitoring these next two critical levels here, because as you can see, these fib levels are working as support and resistance. Okay, so we are going to continue to use these fib levels, one being right here, okay, at this level, and then one here, which is a zone, and then the lower fib levels. So we're going to be looking at price in these three areas. I necessarily would not just sell, because again, I think what's probably going to happen is that we are going to see a huge gap, I think, either to the bottom side or again, even to the top side. Okay. And then the question is going to be, right, when will that gap close? Because again, we still have a gap here that was created back on January 12th of this year that has not yet closed. Okay. So we are now approaching market open, which will be on January 21st. as of this video. So again, we're approaching almost a 2-week period that this gap has not closed. Again, we should be going further down. So now we'll take a look at this 1 hour level here. And again, these are going to be the different levels that we're giving you to trade. And I want to, again, corroborate that this fib level is going to be a level. So I'm just going to make it in white so that way you have it. If you're in our trading group, you will have access to this trading view chart, and we will keep you updated with every entry and everywhere we need to exit as well. So that's kind of a perspective on natural gas. Again, if you're not in the trading app, then I would just, wait till price comes down to these lower levels. If you are looking to take a buy, again, these gaps are going to be important. If we do gap to the top side or the bottom side, what natural gas is going to do. So, you're going to have to decide, and we'll talk about this inside of our members chat area as the market opens on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today's natural gas analysis video. I hope you got some value. Again, if you did, hit that like button and I would greatly appreciate it. You're going to be seeing a video popping up on your screen here any second. Take a look at that video. That video can definitely help you when it comes to crude oil, how to use a particular strategy that many of the members are using. Watch that video. It's going to give you some massive value. And then if you have any questions, you can drop them down below in the comments. I get back to you within 24 hours. Okay. I hope to see you in our brand new trading club with the 100+ members that have joined over just the last 30 days that we have started. Come in, check out the value for yourself. There's no commitments. There's no contracts. You can cancel at any time. But I think once you are a part of that community and you see what we are doing in their daily live analysis, live trading, just real people sharing real information with you, I think you're going to get some massive, massive value. Have an awesome trading week, and we'll see you on the next video.